who's assumed those duties,
Right.
and now what's the plan going forward?
Right.
So I think might be a 4-sentence memo.
Yeah, and I think if we have a
Attach the job
decision on
description.
Thursday,
It's number 6.
then
It's
it's a
number
great
6.
thing to include is the actual step that
Yeah,
we'll be
identifying
taking.
how the duties previously assigned to the director of education, which is to say the head of school, its head of school, will be managed during the current year.
That's right.
I think that seems pretty straightforward.
Yep. So is there anything that was not in that description that people feel should be?
Not for purposes of reporting and planning. You may find someone who can tap dance, but that's a separate question.
Okay.
And that's the job we filled before, I believe.
It is.
The job description we used before?
It is.
So, my understanding is that we, based on what I'm reading here, we need to vote on this plan. We don't have to vote it, excuse me, on it today.
No, it's due on Friday.
It's due on
And I
Friday.
think that you should, I feel we should vote on it on Thursday.
Yeah.
When you make the
So
statement.
it'll be prepared and.
The actual plan.
That's-
Yeah.
An actual plan.
Right, the statement, yeah.
Yeah. Then what?
And then
And what's on the list?
the school calendar and transportation plan, we actually approved the school calendar at our last meeting. And I just put it into your books. It's on the very next page after the commissioner's list. And Amy had noted that it wasn't clear that the snow days were included. So now on the calendar that we will submit to the commissioner, it says if all 5 snow days are used, the last day of school will be July 1. But otherwise, we finish on the 24th. And then the transportation plan, the Gloucester Public Schools finish on the 21st. And they...
I'm going to correct you, sorry,
Is it-
exactly, because this is something people get confused about. It's the Gloucester District Schools.
District school,
They're all
okay.
public schools,
Okay.
okay?
Gloucester District.
Sorry.
Sorry. Gloucester Public School
Well,
District's what I meant to
But it
say.
makes a big difference.
The okay. So the Gloucester District schools finish on the 21st. And if we had the snow days, we could be going into the following week, and we would certainly be coming for the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And I've included, if you go beyond our calendar, our current transportation plan, which was agreed in August between Joe Connolly, the superintendent, and myself. And I would recommend that we not change that transportation plan, and that we, through the parents and/or the additional costs of having a smaller bus, number of bus pickups through Beauport, that we pick up the cost for the busing. And I think, for a number of reasons, I think it's important to do that. I think politically, I think it would be a very good idea in terms of supporting the Gloucester district. The issues around our delay in the school year are not directly attributed to Gloucester and its district directly. And there would be not significant additional costs. It's only a few days. It may only be 3. But I'd like to find some ways to send a signal to the city of Gloucester and the district that we are wanting to work with them collaboratively and supportively. And so however we do handle that, and so we handle it internally through the additional buses that we would put on and support parents, as we've done basically through the beginning of this year, that we would handle those few days at the end of the year, rather than have one more thing that creates disagreement. That's just my thought there.
What about the Saturdays? Same thing.
Yes, same thing on Saturdays, that we would provide transportation for those that need it, and that there are, in this calendar, there are 5 Saturdays. They're half days, and that's so that we can finish the school year by the 24th, unless there are significant snow days. And I think for the kids, that it makes more sense to do it that way. It also allows us to concentrate and get back some of those days during the academic year, so that they're not doing that learning long after all the other students are out, and long after for some of them in 4th grade, they have state assessments coming up. So it would be nice to have those days earlier for them.
Question? Not to make trouble, but if there are no snow days, is Gloucester's last day still the 21st?
Yeah, there's their day.
Built in through the year, not so much at the end.
No, theirs are at the end as well.
So if we have none and we get out the 24th, they'll still finish on the 21st and not like the 17th?
They may finish on the 17th. I don't have their calendar with me, so I don't remember off the top of my head. I saw it as the 21st, but it's a good question for you. But I'm not sure relevant to what we're actually talking about, which is that regardless of when they finish, I think that we should make it work as the schools independently of the Gloucester district. That's just my recommendation.
Tell me the other one, what that would cost.
Yeah, if we do the buses through Beauport, it's $275 a day, and that's with there would be 4 pickup spots spread around the city. And so parents wouldn't have to all come here, they could actually take them to an area closer to them. We'd sort of set it up, we put together that program for the start of the year, and we were going to use it if we were out in Rockport as well. So it's not quite as convenient as the Gloucester Public School District bus service, which has 9 stops, but still, I think, reasonably convenient, and it might only be 3 additional days, it might be a week, but it won't be another.
And is it budgeted in the budget, we'll see?
Yeah, it's in the budget, it is.
Right.
Do you need the date of the Gloucester schools finishing date right now or not? I have that date.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's June 14th.
Without the snow days?
Without snow days. With snow days, it's the 21st.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you need a vote on that?
I think
We
we
already
didn't have
voted
to
on the
approve.
calendar, we didn't approve the transportation plan. Although, well, you amended the calendar, so why don't we just vote?
I would just
again?
vote the vote
Let's
again.
just vote again.
Do you entertain a motion, is that what you'd like?
I move to approve the calendar as amended.
Second.
I second.
Discussion? All in favor?
All right. I move to accept the school transportation plan as suggested.
I second that.
Discussion, I have a question for discussion. So, Tony, your plan to, excuse me, use Beauport for those extra days, is that, do we have that in writing somewhere? Because I'm not seeing it on this, I'm just.
No, that's the original plan.
Right.
The amendment to this will be that essentially we will handle the transportation within the budget confines for the additional days required for our school year. Because what they're really looking for in the DSE is where the link is between the Gloucester Public School District and your own.
Right.
They actually don't, I mean, if you don't use the Gloucester Public School District, then they're not worried about your transportation plan. It's just that you have to have agreement between what amount to 2 districts. The charter's a district unto itself, and then you have the Gloucester Public School District.
Okay,
And so if we were making a change that they would have a cost for them,
Okay.
then you'd have to have sign off from Joe Connolly for that.
So we are just voting on this plan, and we
Which
don't
is,
need
yeah,
to
this is already
worry about.
That's
Right.
right. Yeah, and the only thing we're
Projects,
approving is that
whatever.
there's a expenditure within the budget that has to be within the confines of the budget we approve for this transportation, which is why Joe was bringing it up a little bit.
So, but we need to convey a transportation plan to the commissioner. So that's not enough.
No, that is our transportation plan as far as what they're concerned with it, which is that, are we doing anything additional to the district? That's my understanding of it. So we're not changing at all what we've done here with the, we're not changing what we've done with the Gloucester Public School District.
No, understood. But we're adding to it.
We're adding to it, I'm just thinking in terms of being very clear,
Okay.
that we
Yeah, we should.
thought about this, we have a plan for it, let's add the days that is not going to be covered by the district, and how we're planning for that. Is that what I'm hearing from other people as well?
Yes.
I agree with that.
If this motion is written up in the minutes in such a way, just in the interest of time right now, so that we can approve the minutes on Thursday, to include the full description of the transportation plan, that will get added. We don't want to do that through the budget, we want to do it as a specific transportation plan that's conveyed over, including this, but an addenda to that.
Yeah. I
Makes
can write it
sense?
up that way.
So hold off
Think-
until Thursday.
No, we can vote on
No,
the
he's
motion,
saying we
because I
can
think,
vote
I
on
think Tony
it.
understands, it's been explained to us, and now we just need to write it up as a plan.
Mhm.
And then that will be in the minutes.
That's right.
And
It
then
gets
we'll
conveyed
approve the
over.
minutes.
We'll approve the minutes on Thursday, because this is due on the 8th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the school district is the last day of Gloucester schools, is their last day of liability, not the last possible school. In other words, they're not liable to the 21st if they stop on the 14th.
No, they
We have
would
no
be.
silver lining.
They would be. As long as we have school days within the district, the
Within
district
that
would
day,
be
right, so
responsible.
we can, in the plan, we probably won't have to pay for the 14th to the 21st. We would pay from the 21st to July 1st.
Well, what I was recommending in the, regardless of when their last day of school happens, for us to continue with busing from the Gloucester district, they will be providing busing just for us.
Until the 21st.
Until the 21st, or whatever that might be. And what I'm recommending is that we not depend upon the Gloucester district for those days. That all the days that go beyond the end of the Gloucester Public School District year, that we'll manage on our own.
Then we have to go.
Yeah, that it's to send a signal that we are wanting to work with Gloucester, we're wanting to work with the district, we're, that we recognize their costs here, and then we're gonna handle it, that we're gonna make it work. So that's what I'm
That's
recommending.
the plan.
Okay, so, just, do you want to repeat the motion, just since we had a little bit of a discussion, so we're all clear what we're voting on, is that okay?
The motion was to, well, I think it's changed now.
Yes, it
right?
does. I might even
It's
withdraw
changed.
my motion, actually, and let
So-
you make
Okay,
a new
so,
one.
why don't we entertain a new
Oh,
motion?
why don't we do that? Yeah. So I would move to approve the transportation plan as amended, to include a statement that Gloucester Community Arts Charter School will pick up the cost of any remaining days beyond the end of the regular district's year.
Plus seconds.
Second motion.
Discussion on this new motion?
Do we want to say anything about it, the gesture of goodwill, or is that just gilding the lily? Okay.
So,
All in favor?
Aye.
so the actual plan we can look at on
Yeah.
Thursday.
So let's move into budget, which is, and then we're gonna keep working with the commissioner's list, but if that's okay, I'm gonna suggest we go on to budget, while we just stay with the list, if you want to stay with the list. I'm gonna come back to it, so. It's actually the next thing on the list anyways.
Yeah.
Are minutes,
That's just what you're seeing there, Amy, is that under
Yeah,
each
yeah.
of the board meetings, there's just
I
a
know.
reminder that draft minutes are due in 72 hours to the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education or the charter office, and that the approved minutes within 48, so just put those under each of the
yeah, and I
boards.
just, I've been taking that one off, so,
That's great.
just so we know that we're doing that. Okay.
So on the budget cash flow, the detail